Laszlo Krasznahorkai.
Ladies and gentlemen, ki akar törni? És a falakat megpróbálja szétfeszíteni. De azok feszítik ki őt. És ott marad ebben az megfeszítettségben, ebben a kifeszítettségben, és nem marad neki más, mint üvölteni. És most már örökké csak a megfeszítettsége és az üvöltése ő. Minden, ami volt, már nincs. Minden, ami lenne, az nem lesz. Így hát számára az sincs, ami van. Beletelítették egy pillanatba. De az előzőből, meg a következőből kizárták. Így hát üvölt, egyetlen üvöltésben. Kizárva az időből, bezárva egy térbe, amelyet nem ráméreteztek. Mert ez a baj, a tér. Hogy ehhez a térhez neki nincs köze. Az ég adta világon semmi köze nincs ez a struktúrákhoz, ezekhez a perspektívákhoz. Ezek a perspektívák nem alkalmasak arra, hogy létezni tudjon bennük, így hát nem is létezik, csak üvölt.
He wants to break free, attempts to stretch open the walls, but he has been tautened there by them. And there he remains in this tautening, in this constraint, and there is nothing else to do but howl. And now and forever he shall be nothing but his own tautening and his own howling. Everything he was is no more. Everything that could shall never be, so that for him there is not even anything that is. They have placed him inside this moment, but in doing so have excluded him from the moment previous, as well as to the one to follow, so that he howls with one howl, expelled from time, trapped in one space ill-matched to his proportions, because the problem is the space. He has nothing in common with this space. In the entire God-given world, he has nothing in common with this structure, with these perspectives. These perspectives are not made for him to exist in them, so that he doesn't even exist. He only howls, and this howling is not identical with existence. On the contrary, howling is despair, the unspeakable horror of that instance of awakening when the condemned comes to realize that he has been excluded from existence, and there is no way back. If there ever even was a way here, he has been caught in a trap. There is no escape, and everything hurts. So that one thing still belonging to him hurts. The fact that he ended up here, in this space ill-matched to his proportion, and he howls. He howls, I want to break out. I want to stretch open the walls, but they have tautened me here, and here I remain in this tautening, in this constraint, and there is nothing else for me to do but howl. And now and forever I shall be nothing but my own tautening and my own howling. Everything that there was for me has become nothing. Everything that could ever be for me is not, so that for me there is nothing that even is. They have placed me inside this moment, but have also excluded me from the moment previous, as well as the one to follow, so that I howl with one howl, expelled from time, trapped in one space ill-matched to my proportions, because the problem is the space. I have nothing in common with this space. In the entire God-given world, I have nothing in common with this structure, with these perspectives, and these perspectives are not even made so that I can exist in them, so that I don't even exist. I only howl, and howling is not identical with existence. On the contrary, howling is despair, the horror of that instant of awakening when the condemned myself comes to realize that he has been excluded from existence, and there is no way back. If there even was a way here, he has been trapped in a cage. There is no escape. Everything hurts. And the one thing still belonging to him hurts. The fact that he is turned up here, in this space ill-matched to his proportions, within this structure and these perspectives, and one, such as himself, only howls and howls, and this is what he howls, exactly this. You can't touch me. I have no eyes, no ears, no teeth, no tongue, no brain tissue, no hair, no lungs, no heart, no bowels, no cock, no voice, no smell. There is no blood in me. There is no lymph in me. There is no feeling in me, no devotion in me. I do not know hunger. I do not know the roads, and I do not know pain. I do not know the directions. I do not know the hiding places, and I will never seek them out. And I know nothing of the earth, of sweat and of danger. I know nothing about skin, about flesh, about pus, and about bones. Useless for anyone to scream at me. I don't understand, because I don't hear anything. Useless for anyone to strike at me. I don't see. I am entirely blind. You don't know what I'm like and what I am, because you can't even picture it. You can't even conjure me up in your dreams, because I am absent from any picture that you have ever seen. I don't fit into your brains. I don't fit into your souls. I don't fit into the moist membranes of your eyes. And within me there is no gentleness. Within me there is no caution. Within me there is no deliberation. I have no memories, no past, no time. I'm not of woman born. I did not become. I just am. I do not need to eat. I do not need to drink, and I don't even need to fuck. And I have no need of air, and I have no need of freedom. And I have no need of anything, because I don't even need anything from you or from anyone else in order to exist, because I am not an animal, and I am not a specter, and not a shadow, and not a wolf. I don't devour children, and my path does not lead from hell or to hell. You cannot describe me. You cannot paint me. You can't even write one melody about me. For you don't know that moment. You don't know those centuries, because you don't know, because you know nothing, nothing, but nothing about anything, because you don't even know what you're thinking about me, because you don't even know if you should be afraid now or not, or if you should be terrified, or if you should be anxious. You don't even know that the time has come, however, for you to start to be afraid, and to be terrified, and to be anxious. Hide yourselves, and get lost, and start groping, for you'll never be able to hide, to escape, to grope, but just try to flee, although you can't, because fleeing is no longer possible, because I am here, absolutely close. If I had a smell, you would have sensed it already. If I had a form, you would have seen it already. But I have no smell, no form, because I can't fit into anything, because within me there is only hatred, only disgust, only fear, only hatred. You can't touch me if I get out of here.
I'm too big, too strong. So big am I that I extend from the top of one tree to another. I extend from one church spire to another. I extend from one village to another. I extend from one city to another. I extend from one country to another. And if I want, I extend from one continent to another. And if I want, I extend all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. And if I want, I extend all the way across the Pacific Ocean. I extend from the Amazon to the islands of Japan. I extend from the North Pole to the South Pole. I extend from Hawaii to Bekisjava. I extend from Seattle to Sydney. That I extend around the earth at the equator. That I extend diagonally around the earth in every direction. That I hang down from it. I extend around it so much that I extend around it twice, extend around it 3 times. I extend around it 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times. That I extend around your earth 1,000,000,000 times. That I extend all the way from the earth to the moon. So big am I that I cannot even fit into the Milky Way. So big that I extend across 2 galaxies, if I want, and so big that I extend across 100 galaxies, so that I extend across every galaxy, and so big that I extend across the entire universe, if I want. But even that isn't big enough for me, because so big am I that your entire universe isn't big enough to be bigger than me, because even I'm bigger than the universe, because I'm bigger than everything that is infinite. I am even bigger than the largest number, because I'm bigger than everything that can be measured. And I'm strong. Too strong. So strong that I break a knife in 2 with my teeth. That I break a sword in 2 with my teeth. That I break a house in 2. That I break 100 houses in 2. One after the other. That I break 1,000 houses in 2. One after the other. That I break every building in a city in 2. That I break every building in every city in 2. So strong am I that I smash in the middle every bridge on earth. That I smash all the steel towers on earth. So strong am I that I break the continents in 2, then the floor of the Indian Ocean, so that I break the floor of every ocean in 2. And if I want, I break the entire earth in 2. I grab it by one end and it's snapped in 2 already. But if I want, I smash apart the moon as well. And I smash all the planets in the solar system. And I smash all the stars in the sky. And what's more, so strong am I that I smash apart the sky. And there shall be no sky. And there shall be no earth, and there shall be no oceans, and there shall be no continents, and there shall be no cities, and there shall be no houses, and not even a single sword shall remain, and not even a single knife shall remain. So strong, because too strong, I say. But for the time being nothing, because I don't want for the time being to give it all away. Because I only want you to know it is enough for me that I'm bigger than all of you. And it is enough that I'm stronger than all of you. I, for whom it is enough to conquer you, and I will conquer you. For in the end, I shall be victorious. Every space is too tight for me. I move around, I jump, I fling myself, and yet I'm still inside that one space, which is too tight for me, unbearably small. Although at times it is only exactly just a bit too tight, and it is exactly then, when it is exactly just a bit too tight, that it is the most unbearable. I jump and I'm still inside something, whose dimensions could be called redundantly inabundant, because it is not simply a question of dimensions, but rather that in the moment when I jump, and I'm inside that space, I'm immediately caught The space has caught me. The space into which I leapt unguarded. And it is not that I'm not cautious enough. I'm cautious enough, maybe even unduly so. But that it's all the same where I jump. It's certain that I'll end up in a space that is too tight for me. At times only exactly just a bit too tight, but amazingly, very often just that, unendurable. I feel that space coiling around me like a cage, no matter where I move. I immediately reach the end. In fact, hardly do I move at all, then the end of that space reaches me. I say it is so much like being in a cage, as if all I could ever do is jump in a cage, and I can't do anything else. I have to jump. However, if I jump, I immediately end up in that space, which as I say, is often maddeningly tight. I feel more or less not as if I were jumping into a square or wire cage, or even worse, into a brick-shaped one, but at such times I feel that I have gotten myself into a space that has been measured exactly for me. That's what I think, that it is exactly as big as I am. And that is the most maddening thing of all, because I even don't have to move. I touch the grading everywhere, for it is all one and the same what the end of the space is made of. To me, it is a grading, the grading of a cage. And at such times, there is no mercy. I try to free myself, and if I even merely budge, I feel the attempt to be absurd, because everything within this space is made in such a way, this space cage, so that exactly what is missing from it is space, because you have to imagine it like this. And I say this to everyone else who also needs to jump. They will understand what I'm thinking about and how this has to be imagined, that space is exactly what it is not. That apart from me, this space has no innate freedom. So that in fact it isn't even that, just a cage made to my measurements. I jump into it, and in reality, if I think about it more deeply, it is even like that when I think that the space into which I jump is somehow wider, because in reality just the sheer knowledge that if I stretch myself 4, then 6, then 7 centimeters further out, I'll touch this or that side. Well, already I'm touching the wall of the cage, so that the end of the cage in reality already starts there, at that point, where I'm thinking that in an instant I will bump into the end. In other words, there is no escape. If I jump up to sink my teeth into your throat, I jump into the trap definitively and inevitably. There is unfortunately no point in speaking of escape into your throat.
That minute in which I shall go mad is here. Everyone thinks that I'm a monster. I am, however, just someone who has strayed by mistake into a false space, that is all. For years of immeasurable depth, I have been wandering after illusory vistas. One opens up and I set off, and it is only after years of immeasurable depths, that it becomes clear that I was mistaken, that this is going nowhere, and a new year of immeasurable depths begins, and I again come across yet another vista, and again I believe that this vista is real, and I set off again, onwards, towards the directions shown by the vista, but it leads nowhere, only onwards, into so-called infinity. It's just that I hate all that is infinite. There burns within me an unspeakable hatred towards the infinite, towards anything that would suggest that it is of immeasurable dimensions, because no, it's completely plain to me. Surely I have roved around enough by now. Surely I've squandered just enough of these years of immeasurable depths by now to come to the end of one direction, to know that the infinite is a deception. The infinite is a deception in space. The infinite is a deception in measuring. And every aspiration to the infinite is a trap, but the kind of trap that has to be walked into again and again by him who, just like myself, is searching for the end of a direction. For I have no other aspirations. Just once, I said, just once to find where the end of a direction is, to go along a road, let's say, a national highway, to avoid the ridiculous fraternity of the vagrant mutts, and to go, to follow the arrow straight path, and to get to the place where it is announced that this is the end. Just that this has never happened. I have never come upon any plaque where it was written that this is the end. No, it is absurdity to go on for years, years of immeasurable depth. I've been doing this now, and it simply cannot go on anymore. There is no more onwards for me. I know that the moment has arrived, the moment in which I will go mad, for madness is nothing else but hunger, and I am unspeakably hungry, tormentedly, eternally, and tormentedly hungry. I would eat anything, anything that I would find on the road, but I don't find anything to eat, nothing that could appease my hunger. So I am going to go mad, and here is another road, its contour again drawing a vista far to the left. Maybe this could mean a new direction, but no, there's no way, it can't go on. There is no more onwards. I stop and howl that I'm exhausted, that hunger is tormenting me, that I hate infinity, and I hate the vistas, and I hate all that is. But what I hate the most is how I'm howling here into the infinite. I'm looking at the stars now, and my two twin brothers are looking at the stars. We look at the stars in the sky, and all three of us howl at the stars. We don't know why, but it is good to howl, and it was always like this. When we sat out in the open before being taken inside, it was good during the clear weather, and the eye can see into the far distance all the way to the stars, precisely the stars, to look at them, and it is good to howl at times like that. Together with my twin brothers, I gaze happily upwards, and I too howl. It was good, and it still is good, even today, to sit here, to look and see how the stars shine above us, and to howl. It is good like this. Not even one of us is nervous. We are never nervous, particularly not in such beautiful clear weather, when you can see so far into the sky's distance and can see the colors, because it isn't true that we can't see colors, because it isn't true that we can't see. It's just that we think about these things a little differently. Namely, that is to say, we have a particular sense for it, which tells us that the colors are there. And with the help of this sense, we always can tell, with hair's breadth accuracy, what is the color of this or that thing, so that we are the most bountiful, because for us, everything has a color. It's just that we don't see it, but we know it. That is to say, we are perfectly aware that they exist, and besides that, perfectly aware of what these colors are like. It doesn't matter that we perceive directly. You could say almost directly negates color itself, or rather that it extends merely from black to gray, or even this moreover in the infinite series of shades between the two, because the only thing that matters is that no matter where we look, no matter what we see, we know with deadly certainty that the colors are there, and that above, that up there, above, it's the same, although it's hard to say, in just how many different kinds of colors the sky and the billions of stars show themselves to us. or at least to me and my twin brothers. In any case, this picture that we see up there above is very bountiful. It's no wonder if we are capable in such a setting as this of remaining even 1 or 2 hours and to stay like that, because we really enjoy evenings like this when it is still the time before the Horidabeya begin. We spend 1 or 2 hours there and we can look at the stars, because I know I've already said that we love that, but I didn't say yet just how much we love the stars. We really love them very much. I tell you, at times like that, we don't consider in advance what will happen if the pack hunt starts, and we three, the inseparable good brothers, will rip someone to shreds. Whose ever scent there happens to be, whether it's you or someone else, it's all the same to us. There are no thoughts at times like that, just the beautiful clear sky above us, and the infinitely bountiful assortment of colors there. And when one of my twin brothers asks, "Do you see that?" and I just nod my head along with my other twin brother, and then we raise our heads even higher. We tilt our heads all the way back to see even better. And once again, we start to howl.
My little master, where have you gone? I look for you here, I look for you there, but I can't find you anywhere. I'm really looking for you, too, because you are my little master, and I can't find my little food dish. It's here, though. It's here. Dinner time is here. And I really need my little food dish already, because my dinner really needs to be in it already. I only say so because it's dinner time. Otherwise I wouldn't speak. Otherwise I wouldn't need my little food dish so much. And otherwise I wouldn't even need my dinner so much, but well, it's dinner time. And at dinner time one has to eat dinner, not roam around in the darkness looking for you. I don't even know, moreover, why it's so dark, and how I will find my little food dish in this darkness, and how I will eat my dinner like this. I don't understand anything, but well, really, where are you, my little master? Why can't I find you? Why can't I see anything? The darkness down here below is complete. And in this darkness, I really don't know where I should look for you, my little master. Give me my little food dish here. Give me my dinner here. And I ask you kindly, don't do this again to me. And every evening, when it's dinner time, give me my little food dish here and put into it. I ask you kindly, my dinner. Because when it is dinner time, I have to eat dinner. And every dinner time of every day, I have to eat dinner. And it has to be like that every day, and every week, and every month, and every year, until that point that I'm all grown up. And then your little food dish won't be needed anymore, because then I will rip away your ears, because then I will tear off your nose, because then I will burn out your eyes, and I will bite your chin apart. I will slash your whole head to bits then. And every year I will devour a virgin from Athens. And from that point on, your dinner won't be needed anymore. I'm just kidding, my little master. everything here is ours again. It's ours again because we have won back power over the earth, and nothing remained after the battle. We devoured everything. We killed everything. We destroyed everything. Just the bare earth. That's all there is now. No flowers at all. Not even one blade of grass remained. No fields or meadows or forests or oceans or seas or gulfs or continents at all. Only a thick dead ash upon everything that was. There shall be no mountains, no more rivers. Nothing shall ever rise towards anything else, and nothing shall flow anywhere anymore. And behind a spearhead, a dried out stamp on the 7th page of an empty stamp collector's album, a dog-eared page from a copy of the Penal Code. You just won't find anything anymore. Nothing, because there aren't even cities anymore. And there aren't even streets anymore. And there aren't towers, and there aren't bunkers, and there are no glaciers, and there are no topics, and there is nothing anymore that could melt, and nothing anymore that could dry out. You won't even find a single cloud in the sky. And you won't even find a single sun or a single star. Because you won't even find the sky up there. Because there is no more up there. And there is no more down here. Just the bare crust. Just that bare sweep. An arc, a place which exists only for our kind now. Because every fragrance and reverberation has drifted away, and no breeze at all shall blow anywhere anymore. We stopped it all, and we've made it undone in our hatred. Because the seed can burst within the material no longer. Because there is no strength any longer that could propel anything forward. And there are no transformations anymore, because there are no directions anymore onto which anything could turn. Nothing. That which made it taut and upwards for all time has now been spent for all time. See, and nothing shall tauten anything else ever again. There isn't even anything to eat, and there isn't even anything to drink, but not even hunger or thirst anywhere, because someone to be hungry doesn't even exist, and someone to be thirsty doesn't even exist, and nothing shall burn ever again, and no wound will ever again spurt out blood, because there won't be anything to burn, and there won't be anything to spurt blood, so that there won't be anything to put out, and nothing to tie up, because there aren't even any wounds anymore. And no verb at all shall ever be heard again. No memories, no traces, no judgment, and not even any crime. No punishment. The last word died away long ago, as well as anyone who could even say what it was. That doesn't interest us in the least, because we want not even a single trace of you to remain. We want you to withdraw. And now already there is no trace, and the stage is empty, and we were the ones who did it, and it is good this way. For only the bare crust of the earth remains, only the thick black dead cold ashes in which we stand facing each other, tensed, on each side pure muscle, and know there is only the question, which of the two of us shall be king?
Laszlo was reading from Animal Inside, which is available at the bookstore, and his masterpiece is Sabo There Below, which is also available at the bookstore, and will put something inside you that you will never shake out for the rest of your life. There's a reception across the alley, and we'll be over there waiting for you.